Today, what we're going to talk about is, are you too much of a guru? So let me explain what I mean by that. If you're too much of a guru, and this is for those of you who are spiritual, spiritual healers or coaches and so forth. Let me just change this around a little bit. So we're in my office right now, my actual office, and I wanted to really get to you that sometimes if you are in the healing professions, if you are someone who is Reiki, if you're doing Reiki, if you're in the type of healing profession that is more focused on energy, any of that, you may actually be getting in your own way, and even in the way of your own spirituality. So let me tell you what I'm talking about here. So let's pretend for a second that you are so enamored with your own spiritual self that you're putting yourself on a pedestal. So maybe you think that you just know what people are thinking. You can put everything together. You always trust your intuition. Your intuition is never off. These are the types of belief systems, it's only a belief system, that is coloring the way you see the world, but it doesn't mean that it's factual, okay? So sometimes when you are focused on your intuition may actually be just a set of belief systems and ways that you see the world that are actually more about maybe some of the dysfunction or the function that you've had in your past, but there's going to be dysfunction woven in between. So for instance, if you had very, very bad experiences with men, you may either glorify men because you're looking for that affirmation, or you may be villainizing women, or you may be the opposite and actually villainizing men and glorifying women and focusing so much on feminine energy and goddess energy and sort of focusing on betrayal that you're pushing away all of the good that's around. And so if you are in the way of your own spirituality, that can really hurt you, and it can hurt the people that you're working with. Now, if you're someone who had dysfunction in your background, if you had a parent that was an alcoholic or abusive to you or to others and you observed it, or family members, teachers even, you might have formed your belief systems in a way that you had to really rely on your intuition because you had to go with gut feeling all of the time because you learned early on that you can't trust people. So sometimes when people are saying to me, oh, I go by intuition only, it might be, not always, but it might be because you actually don't trust people. So if you don't trust people and you're always going by your gut, what can happen is you then put yourself in this cocoon of this self-proclaimed spiritual goddess or god or spiritual guru, and you could be too much of a guru. There's such thing as too much of a good thing. So if you're so much of a guru that you are basing everything upon intuition and not on actually fact or trusting other people. So for instance, you might say to someone, I get the sense that you're uncomfortable with being successful. I feel like you're afraid to step into your light. And if the person says to you, no, that's really not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling something and I can't pinpoint it, but it's not that. And then you turn around and go, I know better. I trust my gut. I know what's going on, or I'm going to help you see that. Really, it's just saying, I don't trust you and I want you to believe what I believe about you. So you're basically throwing your projections all over the place. That's not right to do. So you need to think about, if you're in the spiritual world of spiritual business, or that you do even free card readings or healings or whatever, you need to think about, are you actually so caught up in who you are or the image that you want others to believe that you are a spiritual guru, that you are psychic, that you are an energy healer, that you are actually putting walls up with all of your belief systems and all of your insecurities because you're not actually taking what the other person is saying and you're negating their intuition. What makes your intuition so much better than their intuition, right? So if you think that you are at a higher level than someone else and they're down here, then you're actually really blocking yourself in, and you're actually lowering your energy and you're lowering your ability to be truly intuitive. And not only, you don't have to read everybody, okay? You can actually just have conversations, talk to them, and honor them. Honor someone for what they're willing to share, what they're willing to give you. Don't pry, don't project, and don't be too much of a guru. Sometimes there's, like I said, there's too much of a good thing, and being too much of a guru is actually a turnoff to many people. And whether or not you believe that you're in this space of a guru, it is possible and very probable that people just see you as someone who wants to be seen as a guru. So think about that and take away that need to be the almighty guru, to be the almighty Oz, where you don't want anyone to look behind the curtain. And what you really need to think about is, what are you hiding from with all of this guru, with all of this healing, with everything that you're doing? What is it that you're actually hiding? Are you hiding sitting down and having a conversation? Are you hiding from intimacy? Have you been so hurt that you had to piece together something around you, whether it was with men or whether it was with family or whoever? Did you get to this place where you were not allowed to be you? And so you think that your importance is on being a healer rather than just being you as an individual. If you had to take away all of your superpowers of guru and intuition, who would you be? What kind of relationships would you have? And does that scare you? And does that actually hinder you? Because it should not. So you should be able to have no sense of gifts that are above and beyond the higher intuition and the psychic and all of those energy healing types of modalities. You should be able to be comfortable that if you suddenly did not have them, that you would be of worth and able to sit down and have a conversation and take people at face value and learn to trust yourself, and learn to not identify by a gift, but just as your character and who you are. So that's about it for today. So if you have any questions about intuition and psychic abilities and all of that, and how to enhance them, and also how to rein them in and ground yourself, that you are very clear, please email me at michelle@michellepava.com. And also you can subscribe as well, and you can ask me questions right here. And that's about it. So I will talk to you guys soon. I have another client coming in soon, and it was a blessing today. Bye-bye.